will call the meeting to order.
Mrs. King. Mr. Miller. Here. Mr. Schwarzenberger. Here. Mr. Troyer. Here. Mr. Koblenz.
Here. As always, we operate under a consent agenda. Items under consent agenda are considered routine and will be enacted under one motion. This morning we have a guest that has signed up to speak, Mr. Anderson.
Good morning, members of the board. I want to, again, bring to your attention that over the past 7 months, there have been a number of comments from the public, and there has not been, at least I've seen in public session where discussion should occur, any discussion on these comments. Some of the comments that I've made, and I've made a few of them, there have been several other who have made comments as well, have included the possibility of shifting meetings to a time that's more convenient to the public, such as Monday evening, rather than Friday mornings at 7:30, a time when the public and people who are involved in the school district can attend. One of the more recent questions I asked was looking at past minutes, how it was that contract renewal was given to the superintendent a month prior to any action on his review, which seems backwards. I didn't hear back from anyone. I didn't hear any discussion at the meeting itself. Probably that's where things should be happening, is discussion at the meeting itself rather than any private correspondence. The board website does say that the board will occasionally respond immediately to questions or comments if appropriate, but will often instruct the superintendent or treasurer to do further research and report back to the board and resident. I haven't observed any instruction to that extent at these meetings. If you have specific questions, you'll receive a response either at the meeting or shortly thereafter. I haven't received any response. I haven't observed in public any other responses to the other people who made comments either. The board wants to ensure that it is fully informed before responding, and so if your questions are not addressed during the meeting, this does not indicate a lack of interest on the board's part. On the contrary, it does seem to be a lack of interest because we're not hearing anything back. And again, that discussion should be occurring in public meeting where everyone can observe it. And it concludes saying the response will be forthcoming. So perhaps a reminder of what the website says and communicates to the public. Also, the past couple times I've spoke, I have submitted suggested content for the minutes, just a quick summary of what I had said. Mr. Ryman has not included these in the minutes. I want to know if it's possible to start including public comments, just brief summaries in the minutes. I look back at the past several years. Mr. Troyer, I see you had commented back in 2023 a couple times. There's no record of what you had said or anyone else who spoke at that meetings. It would be great to know what the public is saying for historic record. And if you want to know why people's comments are being included in the minutes, this is the place where you could ask Mr. Ryman, hey, why aren't the public comments being included in the minutes? So those are my comments for today. Maybe Mr. Chairman, you could prompt the others for discussion or comment on what I've shared today.
Thank you. I think we're here to hear from the public and just hear any concerns, and so thanks for your comments and your observations. They are being heard. Thank you. So if we could get a motion to approve last month's minutes. I'll make the motion. Any questions or comments?
Just note there, just in addition to approving last month's minutes, there's a list of A through Q minutes that are being updated there to edit the minutes from those months.
Can I get a motion to approve?
Yeah.
Oh, made the motion.
Sorry. Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenberger.
Yes.
Mr. Troyer. Yes. Mr. Koblenz.
Yes. All right, and the approval of this month's agenda, items 1 through 3.
I'll second that.
Any questions or comments? Motion to approve? Oh, vote. Can I get a vote?
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenberger?
Yes.
Mr. Troyer?
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz? Mr. Koblenz?
Yes.
Yes. For the superintendent's report this morning, just want to recognize 5 WKLM students of the week. From Highland, Alyssa Hales, Alexis Henry, Caitlin Kahn, and Megan Troyer, and Kevin Slayball. So congratulations to those 5 students. As we get ready for principals to start their reports, depending on what class you're in, if you're a senior, today is your last day. If you're a student at Berlin and Chester Ridge, you have 5 days left, and everybody else has 7 days left. So certainly the end of the year is right around the corner, and there's just lots of excitement in a lot of buildings. And Mr. Lunenborg, you want to start us off?
Good morning, everybody. End of the year, there's always a lot of crazy things going on, a lot happening. But just a few things at Chester Ridge Mount Hope. Earlier this week, it was really nice for Chester Ridge kindergarten teachers. Had what they called a muffins for mom breakfast with their students, and all the moms showed up. They did a few activities with their students, and then had muffins and some juice and stuff. And the kids just love it. They love showing their moms, and the moms enjoy it as well. So kind of nice having them come into our school building. It's kind of nice that testing is complete. This is the last day for iReady testing. The state testing was done a couple of weeks ago. We just have a few stragglers that we need to finish up today, but hopefully those will be knocked out and be done as well. Both building record weeks are finishing up. Chestnut Ridge finished last week, Mount Hope's finishing today. But some of the highlights, these for the students at Chestnut Ridge on Tuesday, because they met their goal. They got to take me or duct tape me to the wall in the gym, and everybody got to watch me as they were going up to the buses. So they enjoyed that. We chose 5 students that were in a random draw that came in and got to help take me up. So they had some fun with that, and we get laughed at, but it's a good time. And Mount Hope today, we're finishing up with the Whiz Bang science show. So it'll be kind of nice for that to take place. I also have to report Washington, D.C. trip was a success for us. It was nice to have Mr. Travis along. Didn't lose any students or any parents. So everything went real smooth. Just a short story though. We were at the Lincoln Memorial, and on both sides was the Korean and the Vietnam vet. We were at those places, and all of a sudden the National Guard came through and whisked everybody out because President Trump was coming to take a look at the mirror pool and the paint job we put in there. So we all had to get out of there. So it was just kind of exciting for the kids that were what was going on. So we did get to go back the next morning and check out those memorials. So good trip for us. Finished up a few field trips this week. We have our final softball game on Tuesday. That was a rain out from last Friday. So we're hoping to get some good weather and get Mount Hope and Chestnut Ridge softball games in. And then of course, just looking forward to what you said again the week this week for graduations and things like that. All right. Thanks.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to recognize Emily Alma, who's sitting out in our crowd. She, pending approval today, is going to be our next athletic director, and very excited for her to come on board and work alongside her as we kind of navigate the athletic scene right now, which I mentioned last month at our meeting. Since then, there has been one additional league meeting where there's been some schools on the north side. All the schools actually on the north side have decided to leave the conference and make their own separate conference. So that leaves Highland, Garraway, Ridgewood, and Indian Valley left in the IEC here in about 2 years. So exploring all options there, and we'll continue to update you as that comes along. Some positive things here. Obviously, this weekend's big for us with graduation on Sunday at 2 p.m. I just want to read a couple stats on our senior class as they get ready to graduate. There are 63 graduates in our senior class. 7 academic honors diplomas are being given out on Sunday. 24 students are attending college or a technical trade school after high school, and those 24 have received between our own academic boosters and the Holmes County Education Foundation with renewable scholarships over $263,000 worth of scholarships, which is really amazing. speaks to our community, speaks to our county and what they're able to provide for our students if they want to further their education. 37 seniors participated in our work-based learning program with over 25,000 hours worked this school year. So we do have a senior class that is heavy into the trades this year, which is great. You know, that kind of fluctuates with each class. Some are more heavy into college, some are more heavy into career-based, which is absolutely fine. We have 29 AP exams taken in biology, calculus, chemistry, and English literature, and 14 seniors earned at least 12 college credit hours in their high school career. So just a couple things to brag on them. They were a hard-working group, and we were definitely proud of them and excited to see what comes next for them. Thanks, guys.
Morning. Thanks to the Valley. As Mr. Lou works, a lot of fun activities coming up over the next week and a half. Flatbed will be going to Skyview Ranch on next Thursday as part of Right to Read Week, these outdoor activities. And then Wise will go to the Oasis Center on Friday for some softball or volleyball, basketball for about 3 or 4 hours on Friday next week. And then 7th and 8th grade gets to go to the Akron River Ducks Education Days on Tuesday, May 26th. That's always a highlight for a lot of students, as they don't get to go to games like that very often, so that's one of the highlights for them. Graduation for Wise 8th graders is Wednesday, May 27th. Valley families are invited to attend, as well as the extended families of our 16 graduates this year. So we have a picnic after the graduation ceremony, and the 8th graders play, dads play their sons, and moms play their daughters in a softball game afterwards. So that's always fun. And as Mr. Littlemore mentioned, this was our first trip to DC. It's been quite an ordeal getting Wise there since back in like 2018. We voted to go in 2020, and then COVID hit, so we didn't go. And then we did some one-day trips, and finally this year we said, let's go. So we had 16 students, a total of 6 parents, and they all had a good time, so that'll be good word of mouth. A couple staff members and myself, total of 47 kids or people on each bus, we had 2 buses. So good trip, and as he told the story, the biggest thing about the story he told was, we didn't know what was going on right away. So we're like, what's going on? Until we saw on social media and the news later that night that they cleared the area for President Trump. So that's why we had to leave and made a little bit of excitement there. So, but it was a good trip, a lot of sights and good experience for everybody. Thanks.
Good morning. Normally I share 3 things for Winesburg and Walnut Creek, but in the spirit of the alphabet countdown, I'm going to share 26. But I'm going to start off with the letter A. We are on the letter S for the alphabet countdown, which is pretty crazy that we're that far through the year. So we're working our way through that. But I have 8 other things to share with you guys. We have rocket launch today at Walnut Creek. We have economics fair today at Walnut Creek. We're doing Right to Read Week at both buildings. We're wrapping that up today. This week we have the Outback Right Assembly. Principals, great guy to call into your building. Great with the kids. We have field days. Mr. Hillstetler is going to be putting those on. We have our Walnut Creek, Monday is Walnut Creek's, and on the 22nd is Winesburg. 22nd also is Winesburg Picnic, where everybody comes together, and Winesburg is a family, and that's just a great exhibition of it right there. We have staff versus 6th grade kickball games, so pray that we don't turn any quads during those games. And we have field trips still coming up. We're at Camp Buckeye. We're headed to Pro Football Hall of Fame this week, and headed also to Roscoe Village next week. So there you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'll continue with the great end of the year themes we have. Today is our Wax Museum for our 4th grade students. And then we kick off Right to Read Week today for next week. And our kids are going to the Holmes Center for the Arts to just to tour that, see what it's all about. And then Mrs. Olson will have some activities planned for them today. We'll go in 2 different groups. So we look forward to that. Tuesday, Mr. Hostetler will do field day for Berlin. 6th grade leads that, so it's a good leadership opportunity for them. 6th grade celebration is Monday, where we celebrate all the great things our 6th grade has done and the leadership they've given to Berlin. Our staff versus kickball is Friday. And then this past week, I forget the date, but Mother's Day tea in second grade happened. To be Michelle Miller's class, invited the moms in, a little poetry, tea, and they just have a great time together. So it's a busy time of the year, but it's an enjoyable, fun time of the year. Thanks.
Good morning. Lots of things happening out of the offices here. Kindergarten registration wrapped up. We had a total of 132 students come through the screening, and Jenny Hirschberger has a few to pick up here over the summer as well, so we'll keep tabs on that. But really appreciate the title staff and our community partners in making that a really good event for us. The testing, as mentioned, has been completed. Some of the digital scores have been returned, so we're working to process through those, and all families will get notification of the results by June 30th per Ohio law. Planning for next year is underway, working heavily with Jenny Hirschberger, our parent coordinator, just adjusting some of the events that will be happening next year. Also looking at title staff absorbing the multi-tiered system of supports for our struggling students, so a few changes there as well. Curriculum shipments have started to arrive, and we're working through those just to make sure we're set to go when August rolls around. You probably noticed today the science curriculum is on the docket for approval here, and I just truly appreciate the committee's dedication to digging into that. Finding something that's student-centered, but also very hands-on to make it more understandable for everyone. In June here, the federal grant financial application portion will open, and so prep work is underway to get our allocations together for that. And then summer school will be at Walnut Creek, and that is all set to go as well. The transportation is done. Approval of staff is on today's agenda as well, and the curriculum is all set to go. So just moving along.
How's the 132 compared to last year?
For kindergarten, I think we were closer to 150 last year. I'd have to go back and get the exact number, but it generally trails 150 to 160, somewhere in there.
Just a couple updates. The district leadership team met here just this week, and that's made up of a group of teacher leaders across the district as well as all of our administrators as well. And I think a really cool outcome of this meeting was as Mr. Wilson has prepared the district to start digging into that progress component and keeping that student growth rolling. That's how we ended up this year with each of the groups chose one of the interests for an instructional practice. And they determined what the shared definition is as well as the big ideas around each of those components. And then mapped those out according to all the opportunities we have for professional development and collaboration. So we now have a rough draft of taking us into the year 2029 for professional development and where we're headed instructionally, along with those strong curriculum that Mr. Wilson has made sure has been in place as that foundation. So that's a really cool outcome, I think, as we close out the year here in May. We also, at the end of April, met in our third session for the Leadership Development Collaborative, and I would just like to give a public thank you to the Hummel Group. Christine Mullett, Vaughn Troyer, and Misty Freilich-Clark shared with us structures that Hummel uses for building positive culture, and they also wove through our previous one another series around DISC profiles. So that was a really cool coming together, and that session is just another example of the collaboration that community and schools can come together and do something really cool for the entire district. And I appreciate the willingness for all of our community partners this spring. It's been an excellent experience, I think, for all of us. And so as we continue to build a culture of leadership throughout the district, we're going to wrap that up with a session that Eric and I will be facilitating here on Monday. So that will be the last and final session for the year.
lot of work being done by staff packing the boxes and at Chestnut Ridge, Berlin, and Highlands. We just really appreciate that extra work that everybody's putting in to get ready for that, and then also the custodians' work as well, as they move a lot of furniture and boxes out of those places. And then on the 28th, our annual staff recognition program will happen at 8 a.m. at the Highland Auditorium, which is just a great way to end the year and celebrate staff. And then last, we're just continuing to communicate about school safety updates and initiatives. This week we communicated to staff and about some of those updates, and so just appreciate everybody's work and input. And again, want to emphasize that this work is it's ongoing work. It's not work that has a period, and so we want to remain committed to that. But areas that we're going to be focusing in on that we'll be communicating out to parents today revolve around the implementation of a consistent crisis management protocol at every building, wearable emergency buttons for staff, upgrades to our camera systems that you'll see on the agenda later today, in addition to upgrades to our door access controls, reviews around exterior fencing around our playgrounds and our elementary buildings, and then improvements for building signage. Several of those include additional training opportunities in addition to ongoing training stuff as well. So just want to share that as well, that is coming as well.
Treasurer's report.
Look at the forecast is making its way down the table. A couple of major takeaways. This report marks expenditure and revenue variances relative to the district's February forecast through period 10 of the school's fiscal year, or April. On the expenditure side, utilities and gas prices came in slightly higher than forecasted. However, this was offset by increased revenue relative to interest income, which exceeded forecast estimates. Overall, though, the district's operating within about 1% of its forecast, so trending right along with what was predicted as we head into the end of the school year. A couple other items on the treasurer's report. I'll just read through all the resolutions, then they're separated out. First is just a recommendation to approve our monthly financial reports as submitted. Second is an adjustment to the corporate statement and budget for the current school year. This accounts for end-of-year fundraiser that the theater and musical student activity group did. Item 3 there is something the board does every 2 years, which is to approve the treasurer's fund. Item 4 is a few items to approve donations that recognize the spirit of our community, donations from community members and businesses, specifically in item A there for After Prom to make that a special evening for our students. Item B there, the Holmes County Board of Developmental Disabilities donated a school bus to the school district in 2013, which is pretty incredible. Item 3, How We Hear Foundation donated $1,500 to be used towards the purchase of a hearing device. And then item D there, Cody Austin donated financial planning books to give to each graduate receiver. So a few items on the treasurer's report.
Can I get a motion to approve items 1 through 4 on the treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion.
Just item 1. Motion to approve item 1?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Any questions or comments? Can I vote?
Okay, Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenberger.
Yes.
Mr. Troyer.
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz.
Yes. And a motion to approve item 2?
Make that motion.
I'll second. Any questions or comments? Vote?
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenberger.
Yes.
Mr. Troyer.
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz.
Yes. And a motion on number 3?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Mr. Troyer.
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz.
Yes. And number 4. The motion.
Yes, to accept those donations, yes.
I'll make it.
Also.
Any discussion?
I want to highlight just great when other agencies support each other and the support of the Holmes County Board of DD too, as they have less need for additional routes, and so they were able to donate one of their wheelchair accessible buses to us. That gives us some additional vehicle opportunities to transport students in wheelchairs in addition to what we already have. So just really appreciate their support.
Just out of curiosity, what's the value in something like that?
Well, when buses age, there really isn't substantial value to a bus. A few $1,000s is usually what they go for.
It's value in how it's used though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And can we get a vote on that? The motion.
Yes, we
We
did.
got the motion. All right, vote.
Okay. Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Mr. Troyer.
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz.
Yes.
All right, for new business there, Roman numeral 7, we're just updating that new old board policy there today, which changes some language from student to regulated individual, and then just cleans up and clarifies some of one of the reasons for going into executive session around the sale of property. Yep.
All right, can we get a motion to approve item 1 under new business, separate motion?
Also.
Any discussion? Vote, please.
Okay, Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Mr. Troyer.
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz.
Yes.
All right, Roman numeral 8 there is the formal approval of a proposal from GPE to provide architectural engineering services for our district-wide facilities master planning project, which is our next phase of work around the district.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1 under section 8?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? Vote, please.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Mr. Troyer.
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz.
Yes.
Right, connected to that one then is approving a resolution selecting Hammond Construction as the construction manager at risk for that same project.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1?
I'll make that motion. I'll second that.
Any discussion? And a vote, please.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Mr. Troyer.
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz.
Yes.
All right, Roman numeral 10 there is approving a contract with Swiss Valley Fence for fencing and related work at our district facilities. And again, this would be one of those connected to security upgrades around the district.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Any discussion?
So does that include, is that a additional fencing or is that like replacing, or is it just a combination of both?
Yeah, both reviewing existing fencing that needs replaced and then also areas that don't currently have fencing and adding fencing.
Vote, please.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Mr. Troyer.
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz.
Yes.
All right, next is approval of a contract there, Roman numeral 11, with Wayne Garage Door Sales and Service for the replacement of our building entry system at our district buildings, and it's the replacement of what we would call our A-phone systems. When visitors come to the main office there in the exterior, and replacing those systems.
Is that just an upgrade or?
Yes. Yeah,
Pretty much the same system, just
comparable system, but systems that are reaching end of life, and an improvement of both the person on the inside being able to better hear and see the person on the outside.
How many people did we have submit on that one?
We had 3.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1? I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Additional discussion? Vote please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
Mr. Troyer?
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz?
Yes.
Next there, Roman numeral 12 then, is another contract with Wayne Dorr, who currently does our security camera work already, but the replacement of the system to both improve the user end and also add additional functionality to that camera system as well.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1? I'll make that motion. I'll second. Discussion? Vote please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
Mr. Troyer?
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz?
Yes.
All right. Next there for Roman numeral 13 is our renewal agreement with Project School Nutrition, excuse me, who provides cafeteria consulting services, ensuring that our menus are meeting nutritional expectations, and also a review of financials as well.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. Discussion? Vote please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
Mr. Troyer?
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz?
Yes.
And then next there for Roman numeral 14, Mr. Wilson mentioned it earlier, but this will be the official approval of our new 8th grade science curriculum from a company called Twig.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Vote please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
Mr. Troyer?
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz?
Yes.
And then last there is just our approval of our 63 seniors who will be graduating on Sunday at Highland at 2 p.m.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1? I'll make the motion. I'll second. Any discussion? Vote please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
Mr. Troyer?
Yes.
Mr. Koblenz?
Yes.
All right, then we'll take our personnel items together there, 1 through 13. This time of year is often our personnel season with staff retiring and replacing staff, and then also the time where we do a lot of contract renewals as well. So there are number 1, we see 4 staff members who have resigned for effective the end of this school year. 2 is our regular approval of our substitute list from the ESC. And then excited to welcome 8 new teachers to the district there on number 3 in a variety of positions and a variety of staff there who both are a mix of new teachers out of college and then also some staff as well who have experience. And so we're excited for that and really appreciate everybody's time and the admin team's time on a lot of interviews here over the last number of weeks. 4 is a move on the salary schedule for Mark Hampshire. 5, as Mr. Renner mentioned previously, approval of Emily Dowell there as our next athletic director, and excited to welcome Emily to that role. Emily currently is our general teacher at So we're excited to have her in that role. And then 6 through 8 are all contract renewals for the staff that you see there, both certified staff, or excuse me, administrative staff, certified staff, and then classified staff as well. 9, a as-needed contract for Kevin Duff, who does some evening and weekend mechanic work for us throughout the year. Number 10 are our summer school teachers, so appreciate their time after the school year. 11 for Mrs. Brick, up to 10 extended days for this current contract year, and then you'll see in the next one for next school year as well. She's included with those staff members who have those extra days as well. And then number 13 is a list of A through J there, supplemental contracts for next school year.
All right, can I get a motion on items 1 through 13 under personnel items?
I'll make that motion.
A second. Any discussion? Vote, please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenberger?
Yes.
Mr. Troyer?
Yes.
Mr. Gomez?
Yes.
The superintendent recommends that the Board of Education approve executive session for the following reason: to consider the purchase of property for public purposes or for the sale of property at the competitive.
Need a second.
Okay, Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Schwarzenberger?
Yes.
Mr. Troyer?
Yes.
Mr. Gomez?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your Friday.